Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the F1 Project, maxing out the Merc, and we are here for episode number 3 of Season 1, and we are here with the Mercedes-Benz at the Circuit de Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix round number 5. And as you can see then, first things first, it's good news and it's bad news. The good news is, let's get all the good news stuff out of the way. First of all, the upgrades went onto the car, which was very nice. So we have now got a new engine upgrade that's onto the car. And obviously, well, the reliability was always going to go onto the car anyway. The other piece of good news is here for the Spanish Grand Prix. Car's feeling fantastic. It's working extremely well. I've hit the setup spot on. I might not win the race, but so far, so good. The bad news is, as you can see from the R&D tree. Now, if you guys are unaware of the rules, I'll quickly explain them once again. So the rules of the series is as follows. We are looking to max out the Mercedes-Benz in every single department. And that obviously means we need to max out all of these efficiency upgrades, all of the quality control upgrades. That goes for every single department. And then we also need to obviously upgrade the car. Now, to make the series a little bit more challenging, I have to upgrade all the minor upgrades first, then I can move on to the major upgrades, then I can move on to the ultimate upgrades. Now, where does my problem lie? Well, as you can see here, for the barge, let's just go on to the aerodynamics, I have got a major upgrade. Now, I cannot touch that upgrade, but as you can see, obviously, I need to upgrade the minors I need to upgrade this major to get to the minors. Now, the rule that I've stated for that is I have to upgrade these minor upgrades. I have to do these minor upgrades here first before I can go on to it. Now, the durability side doesn't count because that means I'd have to upgrade all of durability first, so that doesn't count. Which means that I have, at minimum, 4 minor engine upgrades that I have to upgrade first before I can even think of touching this side. And it's going to make me... Whoopsie. Shut the hell up, you bastard. It means that I'm going to fall behind. And yeah, I'm going to have trouble here. I'm going to fall behind in these two departments. In the chassis and in the aero. Now, aero, I'm alright. We're a little bit behind. Chassis, we're the fastest, matched with Red Bull. So we're okay in the powertrain, obviously, but it means that we're going to be far ahead in the powertrain section. So it's a bit of a trouble there. But we're going to go into qualifying, though. We're going to see how we can get on and try and have a good race here in Spain. And then I'm looking to win in Monaco because it's one of my strongest circuits. So let's get straight into it, see how we get on, and enjoy the episode. There we go, that's pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. Back on top, our first pole position as well since the Bahrain Grand Prix, and in that race we managed to go ahead and win it, and we got pole position there by just under 0.2 of a second from Lewis Hamilton there. It's a 1:18.0 compared to Hamilton's 18.2, and the Red Bulls and the Ferraris and the 18.7s and the 18.8s. Great. Oh, shut up, Crofty. Your mum's just Ijon. Okay? And there we go then. That is pole position for the race, and we couldn't have started that off in a better style. I knew I had the setup right as well, and it seems to be working a treat so far. So let's see if there's any conversations with my girl, you know, my girl. Probably not. Thanks, buddy. Right, so we're on the grid then. Pole position, Hamilton alongside me on the grid. Let's just give it everything, try and get the race win, and move from there. I think one of the Ferraris is a bit further down. Unless Faber did out-qualify. Here we go. Was extremely long light sequence there, but we got a good start. Hamilton did get an initial better getaway. I'm going to have to cover the... I was sort of heart in my mouth then a little bit. I got a bit terrified then of what was going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. But we're into the lead. Hamilton has dropped down into P3. We're going to be trying to hold on to our position. My phone is ringing, and I can't answer that. Gap is 1 second at the end of the first lap. A great first lap. Hamilton's already closing up onto the back of Vettel. And he'll probably... Oh, sliding a bit. I think on the end of the next lap, I think Lewis is going to make the move on Sebastian Vettel. But for the time being, I'm just going to continue to pull away. And pretty much do what Lewis has been doing in the past few races. And just skip off into the distance. Hamilton now about to make the move on Sebastian Vettel to move into second place. And he does just that. Goes down the inside. As for me, though, I've hit the sweet spot already. I just feel so comfortable around the track. And I've got the gap as well. Hamilton just about makes that stick. Yeah, he's gone around Vettel. I think he's actually put him off slightly, though, which is a bit entertaining. Gap is 2.5 seconds, though, between myself and Hamilton already. But obviously now Lewis is in clean air. So is he faster than me? Will he close that gap? Let's find out. I'm averaging about a second a lap on all the cars now. Doesn't actually matter that Hamilton's moved up into second place. I'm about a second a lap faster. This is great. I'm loving this right now. Car just feels... This is the first time, and I wouldn't even class Bahrain as being, you know, a comfortable one, but this is the first time all season where I feel at one with the car. You know, I've been struggling with braking. I've been struggling with corner exit speeds, you know, just being careful on traction. And this is the first track where I actually feel like the car and me are connecting. You sort of get that when you drive, you know, on these racing games. You feel like, yeah, this is working. And the setup is beautiful right now. And I think that's what I'm trying to learn the most. The thing with the setups is my career mode with McLaren that never ended because I didn't like it. You know, I was always running low downforce setups because the car was not quick enough in a straight line. Whereas I have the car, I have the straight line speed off the bat, and I just, you know, I can afford to add a little bit extra downforce on. And it works a treat. And that gap's got up by 2/10 on that lap. Still increasing my pace. Right, there goes the end of that stint. A sensational stint, really was. We got that just so well occupied. And I think I had a good stop in here. I could beat the Red Bull guy coming through. Yes! Didn't get held up by Verstappen. Beautiful. Right, okay. So it's a 2.4 second stop. That was critical that the Mercedes team put in a faster stop. Any less, and we could have been in big trouble. But we're out on the medium tyres now. I'm going to join just behind the racing point of Perez, in between the gap between Perez and Stroll. Lovely. Alright, now, Vettel did also get past Lewis Hamilton in the process as well, which isn't good for the Mercedes 1-2 that we're trying to hold. But obviously we've had 4 1-2s in a row, so, you know, it's going to end at some point, like it ended in Monaco for Mercedes in real life. But we have a job to do, and Perez is probably going to hold me up here. Well, there you have it, guys. I told you I'd see you at the checkered flag. Pretty dominant Grand Prix there from ourselves. That was the perfect type of Grand Prix. We started on pole position. We led, not every lap, but a lot of the laps in that race. And obviously as well, we managed to pick up the fastest lap and get that race win. Now, I'm not sure if Vettel beat Hamilton or vice versa. Also, you probably would have noticed I changed my helmet design. Again, I still haven't, obviously as I'm pre-recording these, I haven't been bothered to work out how to mod a helmet in, because I can't be bothered. So I just changed my helmet instead. Did Hamilton beat Vettel? Yeah, he did. So Hamilton did get in front of Vettel, because I think on the second to last lap, Hamilton got overtaken by Sebastian, but I think then Hamilton obviously got his own back and passed the Ferrari car there. So we still remain on the top step there, and our 1-2 stack continues, and it now matches what happened in real life. Of course, Lewis Hamilton, Bottas getting a 1-2 in the first 5 races. I think as well, Bottas won in Australia and Azerbaijan. Yeah, so actually, I'm basically Bottas right now. just come to think of it. But there you can see, look, we managed to get the fastest lap point there, finishing 10 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. By far our most dominant display so far. One of the Ferraris didn't do well. Devon, what the hell happened to you? Must have been involved in an incident somewhere. Must have been. But still though, in terms of the championship standings though, we are now going to be, I think, 6 points as we are behind Lewis Hamilton at the top of the championship. Ferrari and Vettel in front of Devon Bullsack there, with Lucas Weber now going in front of his teammate Verstappen. And there's the rest. Then Constructors' Championship-wise, we're now 114 points clear. Again, we can win the championship as many times as we want. We just need to max out the car. So yeah, let's move on to Monaco.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Things are looking up after last week, aren't they?
I mean, the chassis was amazing.
That was a close finish. How are things between the
finished 10 seconds clear, love. I'm just going to go. I love a good fight. I like smashing people up.
That's everything.
Thanks, appreciate that. Next time, can you answer questions which actually make sense? That was a close finish between you and Lewis Hamilton. You crossed the start-finish line and he had just come around the second corner to start his final lap. Yeah, because I was 10 seconds clear. It wasn't close. I battered him. But what we can do is put some upgrades on my car. Now, I think if we have a look at the rivalry, we're now... Oh, we're 1 point shy. Well, no matter what, we're drawing the rivalry. Because I'll get pole in Monaco because, you know, man's a badass. And then obviously he'll still get the points anyway. So that's going to be a draw in the rivalry between myself and Hamilton, which is great. In terms of all of this juiciness coming my way, resource point wise, how much you're going to give me. Also going to get that race bonus as well. So a bit extra points coming on. We've got 1,000 resource points, which we can use. And there we have now maxed out the reputation with myself and Mercedes. On that front though, what we're going to do is we are going to make an upgrade because we can, and I will. So we're going to make an upgrade to the cylinder head for the powertrain. That's hopefully going to arrive for the Monaco Grand Prix. And then once we get that, we'll make another upgrade to the pistons, and upgrade to the ERS, and then, yeah, I've still got to upgrade these engine parts before I can even bother going elsewhere. Can I get another one of these? No. I could make an upgrade to the durability, and I'm going to do so, actually. It'd be very, very clever and smart to do so, because if we win... Sorry, if we get... What is it? There's a team goal that we've got coming up. Here it is. So we need to score 40 points in championship... 40 championship points, which means we need to score 14 points. So in other words, we've got to get a top 3. We've got to get a podium in the next race in Monaco to secure this hard team goal. So that's 600 points coming our way already. So I think it's smart that we do a durability upgrade. And I want to do the ICE, wherever that is. Right there, ICE, because that seems to be the part that's wearing the most. And I can get that on the car for Monaco. So we're going to do just that, which means now we'll have more upgrades. Well, potentially coming our way. It kind of depends. We'll find out in a second. Jump cut! Okay, welcome everyone to Monaco, and before we get into the practice programs, we can see here that the engine power did get onto the car, so we've made that upgrade come through. The ICE upgrade was obviously going to come through anyway. Qualifying's going to be a bit damp. Okay, fair dues. Ooh, Red Bull have made some updates. Okay, they've actually made a big update. That's closed the gap between me and them. Yeah, I thought it might have, but there's that upgrade coming on, and then there's that one coming. Oh my god, there's another 2 minors. Oh, the engine's going to kill me. The engine is actually going to kill me. I've got to upgrade now at least 6 minor upgrades on the engine. I have to just focus on the engine. I can't... That's pissed me off a bit. So what did Red Bull do? So they did a chassis upgrade, because that's been improved. They do an aero upgrade. I don't think they did. I think they did an engine upgrade. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, they did an engine upgrade and a chassis upgrade. But I now have to do ERS 3 times. Like, luckily, engine power-wise, I'm blocked because it stops here. I've got 1 more engine upgrade that I have to do. Then I've got to do at least 2 fuel consumption upgrades and 3. Oh, Jesus Christ! Why have Mercedes got so many minor powertrain upgrades? I have to do them because I have to stick to the rules. Rules are rules. And that means I'm going to fall behind in other departments. Bollocks. Right, okay. Well, let's go into practice, get some programs done, and consider crying in my sleep profusely. Still going to amass pole position from that lap. But I'm glad the race is not in the intermediate conditions because that was a massive struggle to get around there and complete that lap. I don't know how much faster I was than the AIs.
Let's review our top 3 today. Thomas, Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race.
Maybe I am that much faster in intermediate conditions in Monaco. I felt awful. I was down in about 6th place after the first sector, but then again, I'm always weak in the first sector. Turns out I was on cocaine in the other 2 sectors, which is fantastic. But it's going to be pole position, though, for the Monaco Grand Prix. And we're pretty much in the hot seat now to try and go on and win the Grand Prix here. Obviously, we can't be too complacent, because anything obviously can happen. But we just need to... We put ourselves in the best place, and hopefully we can just do what we did in Spain. Have a nice, simple Grand Prix where we just go for it and have a great time with things. So, in terms of the rivalry, though, we are eventually now going to be drawing this. As you can see, it's 29-all between myself and Lewis Hamilton. No matter what, we are drawing our rivalry. There's no other way about it. We're both going to hit 30 points, so it's going to hit like that. Myself and Ballsack Boy, however, we are going to be looking to try and beat him very, very soon. Race-wise, though, I'm actually... I don't know if I'm allowed to do it now. I think I've left it a bit late. If I swap to Unit 1, does that... There is no penalty for doing it. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to power unit number 1 on all fronts here, because it is... it's an old engine, so I'm allowed to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to engine number 1, because I don't want to use my slightly fresher power unit for Monaco. There's no real need. It's a track where I don't need the straight line speed, so I'm going to pop that onto the car, and then for the Canadian Grand Prix, and then as soon as that's done, this engine number 1, I'm going to be using that for all my practice programs from now until it blows up, and obviously maybe for the likes like the Hungarian Grand Prix or any of the tracks that are just a lot weaker that I just don't need to use it for. I can use it for those circuits then. So anyway, in terms of fuel, I never really use as much, so I'm going to put a lot less fuel in the car because I'm not really going to be needing rich mix that much. So let's do this then. Let's have a good race and a fun time around the streets of Monte Carlo. 5 lights. And it's lights out. Away we go. Downshifted too many times. That was a simple start. Yeah, the Hamilton didn't get away well, and he's under pressure now from Verstappen behind. I think they're still side by side. I think Verstappen's actually got him. He has done. Verstappen gets Hamilton then. So, that now leaves Verstappen ahead of Lewis. Another new fastest lap. That was expansive on the corner. Need to be careful of those. 3.2 clear of Verstappen now. We're having a very simple ride. There we go. Right, coming into the pits then. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, I am still racing. I thought I'd just, put that out there. I've just been having a very nice, relaxing Sunday drive. But we're coming into the pits now. We're going on to the medium compound tyres. Weber is going to be doing the same. And now, hopefully, we'll have a nice exit in terms of where we rejoin versus traffic. Now, it looks like we're going to be behind this McLaren. In fact, we should be alright. Yeah, we're fine against him. Perfect. We can stay away from him now. He's not going to trouble me. Because I'll have the grip, I'll have the tyres. Eventually. Perfect. Right, okay, so. We're now up into P4. Hamilton is clear of... I think Hamilton's actually cleared Verstappen, he has. So somewhere in all of that, Lewis Hamilton made an overtake on Verstappen to get back into P2, because Weber was not the one in second place, it was Verstappen that was, and Hamilton's in front of him now, so somewhere in all of that, Lewis Hamilton has got back in front again, which is good for him. For me, though, I don't really have any concerns where I am. The only concern I've got, and of course it'd be this race it would happen, fuel. I am low on fuel right now. But I'm going to push for the fastest lap on this lap, and then I'll back off and save my fuel. There's another fastest lap for me. Trying to adjust all my stuff there. I take back what I said. In fact, it was actually Lucas Weber that was just behind Lewis Hamilton, and Weber's on the medium tyres. So he's going longer on this first stint, and then is going to be pitting for a set of the soft tyres. Of course, I completely forgot that obviously at the start of this weekend, with the... Oops, I've just dropped it into neutral. My bad. At the start of this race weekend, of course, it was raining in qualifying, so it does mean that everyone had a free choice of tyres for this race, and Weber has opted for the alternate strategy, and I'm going to put the ERS back to medium. I'm going to keep the car into lean fuel, make sure that I'm going to get that back onto positive, and yeah, do a bit of fuel saving now. I've had my fun, I've pushed hard, and I'm just going to drive this thing to the flag. There we go. Coming towards the start-finish line then, it's going to be back-to-back race victories for the first time in the F1 project. We have managed to get our second race win in a row, our third of the season, matching us with Lewis Hamilton. And obviously in this Grand Prix, we've done what Hamilton couldn't do, and that was to get the fastest lap point once again. So now we are going to take the effective championship lead, which is kind of ironic because it doesn't really mean anything right now. But as you can see, the team there can afford to celebrate. We've had a great start to the season. It's actually quite funny because we have literally so far my career mode, or this like F1 project, I keep saying career mode, it's not a career mode, it's just a project. So far the F1 project has actually matched real life F1 for Mercedes' finishes. You know, we finished 1-2 for the first 5 races. We come to Monaco and we finished 1 and 3. You know, of course, Bottas finished in 3rd in Monaco and Hamilton won the race. And Verstappen, in quotations, finished 2nd but got that 5-second time penalty. So yeah, this is quite weird how this is panning out. Where did Bottas finish in Canada? He finished quite far down. Hamilton won the race thanks to the FIA intervening. Where did Bottas finish? I can't even remember. But anyway, looking at the fastest laps though, you can see we finished 9.3 seconds clear of Verstappen. Ferrari were nowhere today. Their pace just dropped off. It was Mercedes splitting the Red Bull boys. In the Drivers' Championship then, we're going to have a look, and you can see it is 5 points now in my favour. I am now ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the World Drivers' Championship. First time I've actually properly led the championship this season, with Ferrari and Red Bull splitting each other, with Butler and Weber going down, Verstappen making shoot up. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes now 137 points clear of Ferrari and Red Bull in their abouts as well.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. How are you feeling after that win?
Oh, sugar. Yeah. Wasn't really any aero stuff.
You're leading the championship. Are you happy to be there or feeling the pressure?
I mean, you know, every race is going to be its own challenge.
Between you and your rival for a bit, but you came out on top, didn't you?
I mean, it increased my rep with Mercedes. I'll bugger off.
Appreciate your time.
You know what I actually want the game to do for next year, just speaking of that then, is I want them to actually force you to comment. Like, you can click no comment and that's fine, but what's the point in putting a question which is going to downgrade your reputation in the game if I can just skip it and keep my reputation the same, you know what I mean? Like, just come up with a comment which makes more sense, you know? Oh, we did win the rivalry. Oh, so even if we both go past 30, it's whoever... Oh, that's amazing. So we managed to beat Hamilton in the rivalry, which is going to give us lots of resource points now. I didn't realise that, because previously, before, it must have been in a patch, they did it so that if you both hit 30, you just drew. But we're going to get... Oh my god, look at all these points. Oh, I'm getting such a good feeling about life. You thought I was going to say something else then, didn't you? Score 40 points in the championship. Beautiful. That's what we want. Great work. There we go. Invitational event. The next one... Oh, it's not going to tell me the next team goal yet. That's fine. Right, upgrade-wise. So, obviously I can only do engine side of things, so I'm going to put these both on the car now for Canada. On they go. And then I've got another 600 resource points. So I'm going to go and add a quality control over to the wind tunnel on this side of things. And there we go, making the progress. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the F1 project for you guys today here on the channel. If you guys have enjoyed it, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I'm going to see you guys for the next episode where we've got the Canadian Grand Prix and the French Grand Prix coming up. So take care all. Peace.